Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. So please carry on.
So we were talking about mindset of being in office. So it's the mindset is a direct function of the ambience, the environment that you create at home. And very soon, the home office would be more likable than the office home that you have been adjusting with. It's all about, we are people who adjust very quickly and start believing that this is my place until there is a change and we are required to readjust. It's a question of readjustment. It's a question of time and a little bit of effort. Jyotsna, welcome to you. Redmi, welcome. Yeah. It's a question of time and a little bit of effort to make the ambience according to your liking. Now, staying motivated has a lot to do with, there was one more who talked about that there are highs and lows that happen. Is that related to staying motivated?
Yes. Part of it is related to staying motivated. Like when I
Okay.
have a client thing or I have something which I've already set up, like a webinar, then I can work like 16-hour days and I won't be exhausted. But
Okay.
when you're doing the hustle to get clients and you have to do a lot of prep work without having some tangible thing in mind.
So here are certain things that I follow. It's been a big challenge with me. This is Saloni, right?
Yes, that's Saloni. Yeah.
So Saloni, I really, really empathize with you because I face this challenge. There would be days when I would be completely not in the mood to work. There would be days when I would like to work and slog up to 10 o'clock in the night. And I didn't like that because somewhere it was not in harmony with my entire existence and things were not working fine with me even physically also. So a couple of things I brought in. One is my morning workout. Very, very important. It may seem it may not have anything to do with work, but it has a lot to do with work. So please do your morning workout. After the morning workout, there is a requirement, and today it has become a requirement, and maybe one of the days I'll do a session with Raj on guided meditation or guided presencing. Whatever form of meditation you follow, 20 minutes of that is very important. You get fagged out not because of work, you get fagged out because of your thoughts, your random meaningless thoughts which keep coming and bothering you and drawing a lot of your mental energy and emotional energy. And when you are required to bring in energy at workplace, suddenly you find that you are pooped out completely. So these two things become a part of your routine. Now, I want to tell all of you over here that besides being a coach, I am also a batch flower therapist. And for all those who have these mood swings, I can suggest batch flower if you want at the end of the session, just remind me. These are very simple, floral, safe, floral essence medicines which you can take, and they actually keep your emotional health absolutely intact and don't allow you to waver. The other thing about staying motivated is the quality of work that I am doing. Now, here is something very interesting. There are three parts of your work schedule. Your work day has three parts. The morning part, which is up to maybe 11 or so, or 12 maybe. The afternoon part, which is from 12 to 4 or 5 maybe. And the evening part, which you are left with just a couple of hours maybe after that. The first part is the creative part, where you do all creative stuff. You will notice when you are doing creative stuff during that time, you will enjoy it and you'll get a lot of energy and you feel motivated. When you are doing maintenance stuff, let's say you have to fill up a form or you have to just respond to you. Don't take up emails first thing in the morning. No, that's not a good idea. You take up emails at around 11. From 11 to 1 is when you should look at emails and, sending forms and, all the mandatory stuff. You do that around that time. And maybe even after lunch, you can do that. At around 3, 4 is the time, which is the time for outcome. You look at what you did during the day and what has been the outcome. And if you need to push and follow up, all those, client follow-ups, client calls, negotiations, closures, all of that happens at that point in time.
Indroneil, sorry to budge in. Are you changing the slides there? Because we can only see the challenges slide there.
No, I'm not changing the slide. I'm on point number and staying motivated. Slides have nothing. Just take note of what I'm saying. Okay. So that is one way of staying motivated. The other way of staying motivated, and I'll come to that, there is a slide on it. Boss, working from home does not mean work alone. Just because you're working from home, I'm sharing with you, this used to happen with me. There would be a teeny weeny bit of sense of guilt that people might be thinking that this guy is having a jolly good time and he's not working. So I'll work doubly hard to prove to myself that I'm working. It's the other way around. Take time off. Go and read the news. What is happening? Use social media to chat up. But, don't put, get carried away. Put a deadline to it, maybe just for 10 minutes. Go around the neighborhood if required. Or most neighborhoods have WhatsApp group. Go and see what's happening in the WhatsApp group. Put a few things. And most importantly, you have every right to spend some time on YouTube listening to your favorite music or maybe a stand-up comedian. This is very, very rejuvenating. You'll suddenly find that you come back to work with a big bang. So don't feel guilty. Remember that you are now your own boss, at least at workplace, which is your home, and you can decide how to work, how to space it, where to give gaps, where not to give gaps. Is that clear?
Yeah, 100% clear.
Not having
Hello.
a team to work with.
Right.
Hi, Amjad. Welcome to the group. Who said you don't have a team to work with? Your team is there, but the team is virtual. So stay connected with the team. Use Google Hangout or use Facebook Messenger and stay fully connected. Those of you who have Facebook for Business can use it as much as you want. If you don't have any of these, stay connected over WhatsApp. And it is important to stay connected, boss. It is not possible to work without a team. It could be a team which does not report to you. It could be a team of people who are contractuals. It could be a team of stakeholders. But it's important to stay connected with them. You are connected with the team. Now, not at all having a team, talking of solopreneurship, which I had, look around, you actually have a team. You cannot operate alone. A solopreneur, for example, is operating with many other partners. So make a schedule. It may not be every day, but so many days a week, you will be chatting up with your partner with an agenda, without an agenda. Because ultimately it is a relationship which leads to value, which leads to results. It's not the other way around. Results don't lead to relationship. So team is always there. Use technology, use the digital media to stay connected as much as possible. Social
Hello?
perceptions, yes.
Okay, no, I guess I lost you for a while. So no problem. Please carry on. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think there's a record of this. So if you have missed out something, please ask Raj. He will provide you with a record.
Sure.
Social perceptions, I completely endorse. This is in India, and I'm sure it is going to change soon. I don't know why it is that people working from home are not working. That's the social perception. Even sometimes family members look at it that way.
I think
But
Corona has played a very important role in everybody knowing the term at least.
Corona is here to redefine our existence, the way we live. What we call is life is going to be so different after Corona. Have a look at it. I've written some blogs. I've recorded some YouTube videos. I can share them with you. But why do we need a Corona for that? My response to this is the same as response to point number one, diversions. Have I not created these perceptions? Have I not been a party to creating these perceptions by carrying an apologetic mindset around me? I mean, my early days, let me share with you my early days of working from home. I would be, in my usual home dress, my hair not properly groomed. I'll be sitting and working. Somebody will barge in. The person will think that I'm, doing some fun stuff. Will not realize that there's some serious negotiation going on over email, perhaps, or over chat. Now, over a period of time, I realized that it is very important to, and I'm now addressing being disciplined, to be disciplined to bringing change in the social perception. So hear me out. Something very funny I do, even today I do. Yes, I hear some voices.
Guys, please mute yourself.
So funny things I do. I get ready in the morning and I get ready as if I'm going to office. I don't have my lunch bag other than the lunch bag and my laptop. I am all set to go to office. Then I go to the main door. I step out. I go into the landing space. I'll be there for some time. Look at nature, enjoy nature. And then it's just about 5 minutes. And then very ceremoniously, I enter my home and head straight to the office space in the home. Because this has made a lot of difference to my perception.
Wow, this is nice. Awesome.
And when I made a difference to my perception, it brought in difference to the social perception. Similarly, for lunch, I will shut down my laptop. I'll go out to the dining space. I'll have lunch. If my family is there, I'll have lunch with my family. If it is all by myself, I'll have lunch. I'll watch television over there. I don't have a television in my office. I'll watch television, I watch news, I come back, and once again, I'm at work. And the moment this has started, people have started respecting me. And so the other day, there was a neighbor who brought by to ask me, boss, you work from home? I said, yes, I work from home. What do you do? I always thought that you don't do anything. I said, yeah, I don't do anything. That's a different thing. But it helps me to earn some money. Because I need to.
That's a good one.
And I explained to him. Important thing to note, and somebody said some businesses are more amenable to working from home. Like Saloni, I am also a coach, and coaching is very, very amenable to working from home. I'm a therapist, I'm a coach, and many other things. So those many other things I will talk about at the end somewhere. The social perceptions will change when I change my own perception of myself. Today, I don't have any apology about working from home. I'm proud about it. I'm proud that I have a fantastic work-life balance. I'm proud that I'm my own boss. I'm proud that I can create my own schedule and live by that schedule. And I have set expectations accordingly with my stakeholders. Fear of missing the dynamics, yes, that is something we all miss. And grapevines, social media is a great grapevine, you know that, right? You can't have a better grapevine than social media. Social media, as in Facebook and Twitter, are the two mediums that you can use. Create a small group, a private group on Facebook, and don't tell anyone I'm telling you this. And include your confidantes over this. Boss, office mein kya hua? Okay, you can discuss that on a Facebook group, or you can create a WhatsApp group also. And be very careful. It should be private group. You should not have link to that group for your boss to also enter and listen to all the conversations that are going on. Also tweet. Tweet is a fantastic medium for you to, you have these water cooler discussions, the casual discussions. Use tweet for that. And I don't know whether you can create group tweets or not, but tweet is absolutely fine because you can have personal tweets. You don't need to have a tweet which is visible to others also. So use that. And you will not miss the dynamics as much as you would. But I agree with you, in being in office, you can sense, you can sniff dynamics. You might miss out on the sniffing bit a bit, but 80% of the dynamics would be known to you through such group chats. Missing feedbacks, others' perceptions. Every 3 months, I collect feedback from others, both online as well as on call. And this others include my friends, people who are in any way associated. Maybe tomorrow in the list, you will also be a part of that list. So I'll create a formatted feedback and I'll ask them to come. Either it could be a Google form or could be an email or could be whatever way. And then I'll pick up a few people, maybe 5 to 10 people, and call them and ask them, boss, what do you think about this? It's very important to continuously get feedback and get to know from others whether what you are doing is right, how you are doing what you are doing is right, is there another way of doing it, things like that. So create a feedback mechanism and do it periodically. Most importantly, if you can act upon it and also share with people, you gave me this feedback, this is what I did, and this has been the outcome. You would be creating a fantastic ecosystem around you. Just think about it. Some businesses, product organizations cannot run, so we discussed about it. However, some roles can always run working from home. And don't try to force fit businesses to working from home. If they don't force fit, if they cannot, they cannot. There are certain roles also which cannot. For example, facilities. Can you imagine facilities working from home? Security working from home. These are not possible. Also, somebody talked about security issues. I am not a technical person, but I have 100% faith in the technological advances today, that there are firewalls which can help people discreetly to access servers at office at the same time keeping the security intact. Client interactions are difficult. Now, client interactions are difficult as long as you believe that they are difficult. I have at least 3 to 4 Zoom calls every week with clients. Initially, the client also has mindset. And the client will say, come over, let's have a chai, let's have a chat. And those who are in Bangalore, how many of you are here in Bangalore?
I am from Bangalore.
Okay. So I stay in the northern end of Bangalore. And the central business district from my place is 25 kilometers. And most of the clients are in the southern part of Bangalore, which is anywhere between 30 to 35 kilometers. So to be able to avoid that, I have made it a point that unless it is very essential, unless I'm required to go and make a presentation to a large group, I would insist upon doing client interactions on phone and Zoom. And client over the time, see, it depends upon how much I've earned the respect with the client. But in initial days, the client may not know you. So spend as much time as possible in building the bridge and building the relationship before you get into business transaction. I personally believe in this adage a lot. Relationships lead to results. Results don't lead to relationship. So these are as far as the challenges are concerned. Now, anyone wants to say anything before I move on to opportunities? Okay. Now, let's quickly add some of the opportunities that they have.
Quickly, Indroneil, I just want to remind that it's only 40 minutes, so we might kind of log out again.
Okay, we'll log in again after that.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying, Raj?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So quickly, let's rattle down some of the opportunities of working from home.
Freedom is one of the things.
Freedom is the most important thing. And use it with responsibility. That's it. As I'm talking about it. Freedom used with responsibility is an awesome gift that you can give to yourself. When I say responsibility towards yourself, towards your family members, because you're sharing home with them, towards your client, towards your colleagues, towards your boss, towards your team members, and towards other stakeholders. Don't make it kind of an excuse that because I'm working from home, there's so many things I cannot do. Seek their permission that there are some limitations working from home. Is it okay if we can do it this way? And they will all honor it. So use freedom with responsibility. You are at the top working from home. Next.
Free of daily commute to work.
Can you imagine the time, money, effort you save and the health that you have because of not facing pollution? So my suggestion to those who want to leverage this opportunity, again, if you're traveling for 1.5 hours, I'm sure you're using that time to respond to some phone calls and some emails and all that. Use that time, lay out that time in the morning as if you're commuting. So that's telecommuting time for you. So make some chit-chat calls, make some unfinished conversations, get finished during that time, respond to some of the urgent emails around that time. And if 11 o'clock, for example, my time is 11, I have finished my telecommuting by 11. So between 9 and 11, I'm telecommuting. So please lay out that time and telecommute because you are now free of daily commute. Next.
You get time to introspect what actually you are doing is productive or not.
Time to introspect. Some offices have this facility. They allow time to introspect. But you are absolutely right. At home, you're free. You can have introspection time. But once again, my request, as somebody said, discipline is very important. Please make it as part of the schedule. So
yes.
if I have, as I said, I come back from my gym and that's my time to introspect. So, in introspecting, what I do, I'm just sharing a little tip with you. I'm not looking at a to-do list. My question that I ask when I'm trying to introspect is, what is it that I want to achieve today? That is it.
Yeah, that's what you analyze. What you have done in the whole day is productive or not. Sometimes it happens that we run behind few mails which are not gonna just because we wanted to finish the task. We are doing it.
Yeah. So the 2 times to introspect. What is it that I want to achieve? And again in the evening, once you are done, shut shop, and then introspect. What is it that I have achieved?
Yeah.
Great. What's next?
Gives you an opportunity to explore your other passions as well and follow.
Who is this? I love it. Sorry?
Vandana Teji.
Okay, so this is an opportunity to explore other interests, right?
Yes.
Saloni here, I love to lie down for 15-20 minutes in the afternoon, and I would sorely miss it at office, which I can do now. It just allows me to come back with a lot more energy.
Interesting time.
Completely, man. Absolutely.
These last 2 points are like I love them. Okay, so guys, let me share with you. I'm a musician. I'm a therapist, as I told you. I'm also a person who likes meditating. I'm an author. I write. So what I do, my working time is interspersed with these times for these. But as I said, earlier days, I thought whenever I feel like I can go and play music, whenever I feel like I can call up my client and do a bachelor therapy consult, whenever I feel like I can write down a blog. Now it has got a little streamlined. However, I'm not 100% streamlined, I must confess, because what I'm talking about are creative pursuits. And creativity has its own way of appearing at the, uh, I won't say the wrong time, but may not be the most appropriate time. So it's coming to shape. Like most of my evening times I spend in the morning. Sometimes my meditation is with my own music. I play my own music and I meditate with it. So it's simply awesome. It has made life so much more richer when I have brought in these things along with work. And the quality of work, very interestingly, has gone up. You will notice when you do this, quality of work goes up. So please make a timetable once again and bring in your other interests. It could be cooking. My wife, she is also a trainer. She's also a coach, and she has started a business of a home chef. Now, she is yet to make a schedule. For her, there are days in week when she is working as a home chef, days of week when she is going to the client. She goes to the client and work as a coach. So we find our own sweet ways by which we can integrate our other interests. Many a time, I don't know, Raj, whether you have done it or not, people have asked me for a call at 2 o'clock and I have said, sorry, 2 to 3, no calls. Because 2 to 3 is my resting time.
Well, Indroneil, I have not reached at your stage as of now. We need money also.
Yeah, you will get a lot more money. Once I have rested and talked to the client, that is there, that much more impact. So you can charge more for me per day when if you call after 3.
Absolutely. No, I'm taking your path. I'm still about 50-60% there.
Yeah, okay. Raj, I agree. I'm just kidding. Uh, when I was running my own business, iProdigy, I did not have this luxury. At the beginning, I did not have this luxury till I had a co-founder, and then I took that break. And that has been now, it's been close to 10 years that I've been enjoying this break. So take it if you can. If you cannot, once in a way, it's okay. That day you think that you have done something more. That's it. What other opportunities are there by working from home?
So this is Sandhya. I just want to add one thing, for especially moms here. I think they are better able to manage their entire thing. They factor in a lot of time to the different parts they manage. Could be kids, could be parents, in-laws. For me, I have actually adapted a neighbor who's a senior citizen. She's a Parkinson. She's suffering of Parkinson. So I go to her in the afternoons to help her out with something, whatever she has to do. Smallest thing like a order in the big basket. So I think, especially for moms or women, it's a very beautiful thing that happens, because women very beautifully factor in all that time that requires, and it gives a, like you kept saying, happiness is a very, very important thing out there, and high productivity. So I look at it from especially the mom perspective. That's about it.
I really appreciate and salute you for what you said. And
So
I think it's a function. It's a function of working from home, but more importantly, it's a function of your inner discipline also. Being able to disengage. I know family can be very, very engaging, and you have an adopted child, and working with children, drawing boundaries is very difficult. And if you have been able to do it, hats off to you, Sandhya. Just hats off to you. So women, folks who want to take...
Indroneil, I have adopted a senior citizen who's a Parkinson patient.
Okay, you have adopted a senior citizen. Okay.
Yes.
Whatever it's, the senior citizen is almost like a child, right? Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yes.
So women folks who want to take a few tips from Sandhya can offline connect with her. But yes, I agree, working from home gives you that flexibility to decide what to do when and yet be productive. Okay, next.
There is a message from Daisy. I'm not sure if she's there, but she's saying there is a lot of time to read, upskill, work on bringing depth and breadth to one's content.
That's right.
Daisy, can you, it'll be good if you speak up, please. I'm not sure if you can, if there is a problem or something.
Hi, everyone. Of course I can. I was just trying to keep the noise low. We can always read on the chat as well. So that's just what I wanted to share. We can read and upskill. I think in our industry particularly, there is so much of content that is rechurned. I mean, there's only so much that everybody's talking. There is no new content which is getting added. You talk about any skill-based training or leadership training, वो ही पुरानी घिसी-पिटी theories लोग पढ़ाते जा रहे हैं. So I think people don't take time to read as much on HPR or various psychology journals or articles, and there is so much to read. कितना भी time निकालो ना कम पड़ता है. But currently, since this corona lockdown, I think I'm reading and I realize how little I know. And that's where I think my entire gain in this lockdown is. Thank you.
Fantastic, Daisy. Fantastic. And I also do that. And let me add a little bit. You remember I talked about the time of daily commute, the telecommute time? The telecommute time can also be used for reading. See, when you're working from home, you need to sync up your time with your client and with your colleagues and team members. So things that you want to do by yourself, you would like to keep it at a time when they don't need you. The best time for this is the telecommute time. And after you have done the outcome hours, you remember the 3 hours, the creative hours, the maintenance hours, and the outcome hours. After the outcome hours, the best time to do is to read then. That's the time when I read, and I do one more thing which rejuvenates me at that time. That's the time when I listen to music. So let me also add this, entertain.
Of course, music and recreation is always a great,
I come from a family of employers who are till date regarded as very high on humanity quotient. My first job was with CMC, and through the day there would be functional music going on. I worked there for 9 years. Since then, I've got used to having music with me when I'm working, and especially in between work. I will take short breaks and sit down and listen, and only listen to music, nothing else at that point in time. It is very refreshing. It cuts off the train of thought. So let's say you're working on task A and you want to move to task B, and both of them are very intense. Give a short pause, go and entertain yourself in that little time of 10 minutes or whatever, and then come back and take up task B. You will see the level of productivity, the freshness, and most importantly, you will enjoy it. Next.
We conserve nature.
Wow.
go green, work from home.
We not only conserve nature, we conserve cash also.
Both
One of
green.
my clients was saying they have all gone working from home, and they had 15 area offices and 10 state offices, that is 25 offices. And each of them were plush offices. With that shutting down, a huge sum of money is now available to the exchequer. And it is now, he's in sales. He's saying that even if I did in sales, this is now going to add to the bottom line. So yes, conserve nature, going back to conserving nature. Also being in nature, because all said and done, there are very few offices which have nature inside. They might have nature outside, but nature inside. So you can, in your own way, the workplace that you have at home, you can have a bit of nature, you can have an aquarium, you can have a few indoor plants over there. It's always very refreshing, rejuvenating, and also will keep reminding you how you're giving back to nature also by working from home and staying at home and not wasting, you know, so much of fuel and increasing your carbon footprint.
I'm like,
Anything?
you just people, number of people using the washroom and the water in the office and the tissue paper.
You bet. You
I'm
bet.
like,
You bet. And wait till, you know, there are these predictions going on that there's going to be a huge global recession. The moment that happens, this will automatically shut down. All these things, people will start looking at how can this cost be cut. And naturally, people will be sent back home, at least those who can work from home. Anything else? Anything else besides these points? Because some very, very noteworthy points have come up. Else, I'll quickly rattle through the slides. Most of the slides have what we have already discussed. This is just to kind of recap. Home versus office, are they separate? Actually, they are not. Consider your work needs. Can they be fulfilled from home? Yes, all of them can be. Unless your work is associated with some kind of a factory or a manufacturing setup or some facility. Designate a specific work zone and your home becomes an office. Work with what you have. This is very important. In office, you have a lot and you don't use all of it. In home, you have little and you need to know innovatively how you can use of that and work with what you have rather than go on a buying spree that I must have a photocopier over here and my printer is not the top of line printer. I must get the right kind of printer, but make sure that all your facilities are in one place, including your file folders. I have seen people working from home with 3 laptops because they're working with 3 different businesses. The theme, which is even when we are not working from home, is communication. We're going to spend a little time with communication blocks. And then coming to using digital media to stay connected. This is where I have brought in all my experience because working from home is all about digital work. And how can I live digitally? How can I work digitally and yet be feeling happy, joyful, and productive at the end of the day? Those who are in leadership roles, for them, especially motivating self and others, again, remotely and digitally. And finally, a few 4-5 tips for you. So let's come to challenges. Let's quickly hear from you. Why is screen sharing stopped? Share screen. Can you see the screen? Guys, can you see the screen?
Yes, now. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
yes, it is visible, visible.
Okay, so please shoot. Working from home, what are some of the challenges that you have faced or you anticipate that you will face going forward. Like for Rajesh, I think he is anticipating that there will be challenges. I'm going to write it down.
I feel a lot of diversions are there.
Diversions, yes.
And then the second thing which I see is the mindset which we are used to till now. We already have that mindset of sitting somewhere, going every 2 hours for a coffee, or talking to a colleague. But how's that environment?
Mindset of being in office.
Yeah. We are so accustomed to that sometimes.
Yeah, I know that. As I said, you were not there when I was speaking. After 16 years in the corporate, my last job was with SAP, swanky office in Worli, Mumbai. And I came to Bangalore and I started on my own from a 6x4 makeshift office. My God, it was not easy. It was very, very difficult. So I'm going to come there and talk about it, how we can deal with that. Okay.
One more challenge is from working from home is to keeping ourselves motivated. When you're working with someone, or when you're working with an office, there is a discipline around it. But keeping ourselves motivated is one of the challenges which has been faced. Yeah.
I'll write it as staying motivated.
Staying motivated. Yep.
Okay.
I think my biggest challenge has been not having a team to work with, either as a peer or my juniors, because I derive energy from working with people. So more than working from home as a solopreneur is when I have had highly productive days and I've had highly non-productive days, because you don't have any other motivator except yourself, which can get difficult at times.
And so therefore there's no uniformity.
Yeah.
It's unpredictable. It is unpredictable.
So
Yeah,
one is obviously lack of camaraderie, and the second is you have spikes, highs and very high highs and very low lows, and there is no balanced uniformity or consistency.
So I'm just checking with you guys as we move forward. We can talk about this, or right now we can talk about each of these issues. Well, what do you want?
Whatever maybe your plan. Yeah, if you already plan, I'm sure you already made a structure.
No, I don't plan. I allow my participants to plan, because I believe that I exist because of my participants.
Okay, I am with you. Yes, I will buy that.
So my one question I wanted to add, which somebody actually asked to me, is people are having big issues working from home with children around.
Yeah, that's the diversion part. So I'll write with children.
Right.
Yeah,
and
because
especially ladies.
They will not understand. Yeah, babies, especially babies.
Oh my God.
Ah.
I wish I had this experience. So I'll borrow experience from you guys. Okay, let's quickly fill up the list. That's it.
There's also one more. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also one more challenge, though not big enough, but it has a minor kind of challenge. When you're working somewhere, even when you're working with a co-working space or you're going someplace, there's a different kind of an energy around it. But when you're working from home, society around you, the people around you, the social status around you, it's like, ye to ghar pe baitha hai kind of, It's also the word is not a stigma, but
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, social
I was
perception.
called unemployed.
नहीं वो मेरे साथ भी होता है. You know.
आप तो घर पे ही रहते हो, आप क्या करते होगे?
Exactly, हाँ. तो घर पे बैठा है ना, so.
My house help, she believes that I am completely unemployed and I have no work,
right.
And tends to barge in. I don't allow her to barge in though. Whenever something has to be ordered or some decision has to be made. So right. I'm so empathetic with you about this. My God, the social perceptions. Yes. Thank you so much for bringing this up. What else?
My pleasure.
I think the fear of missing the bigger picture, because office politics
Awesome.
is a part.
Missing the dynamics, huh?
Missing the
Yes,
dynamics.
I don't know what is
Within,
happening, what these people are planning against plotting, especially, yes, for a mid-level manager, I think that is always there as a fear.
I understand.
ah,
Also on the same level, the missing the dynamics even for the business decision that you have taken. See, on your own as a solopreneur, we would have our own blind spot. We would not be able to see beyond certain area, and that's another area also which is also challenges from working from home. You miss out on other aspect of the story.
missing feedback.
Yeah, missing
And
feedback, missing correction. When you're working with a team, say that obviously you all are bound to make a lot of mistakes.
Hello. Oh God, what happened?
Plus, working from home, not everything can be done from home. You
so
might
that's an
not have that.
opportunity or challenge.
It's a challenge.
Is that a challenge? I don't know. How is it? Is
Suppose,
it a challenge?
suppose I run a factory. It cannot be
Come
run from home.
come again.
If I'm running a factory,
Okay, some businesses cannot be run from.
yes, exactly. They do not have, especially for product-oriented organizations and the organizations where there is like banks, where security is a prime concern.
Yeah, so the theme is working from home. I completely agree with you. The business in entirety cannot be run from home. However, there are some roles which can, for example, customer support can be from home, but manufacturing cannot be from home.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we are more looking at working from home in our own roles. But if we are looking at businesses per se, we will rule out those businesses which just cannot be done from home.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Next. I have my own set of challenges, but most of them are being talked about over here. I'll wait for you guys to.
I have
Maybe
one more.
can you also add self-discipline, I guess? Or is it covered in saying motivation? Being self-disciplined, being disciplined
Being
enough,
self. Come again, please,
discipline,
Mitesh.
self-discipline.
Okay, being disciplined. No, I think this is very important and very different.
Yeah.
No
The one
bossing
I
at 12
have,
o'clock.
which is a very
Yes.
big area, is that you need clients, right? So when you're out in a co-working space or when you have offices, just somehow that interaction with clients becomes easier,
Mhm.
and getting clients becomes easier than when you have to work from home, because then the travel cost keeps adding up at times. Or like, I have invited a few clients in my home for coaching, but then I realized that may not be the smartest idea as a woman.
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
Nothing untoward has happened, thankfully, but it did get awkward with one of my clients where uh, the client, because I'm a very, I have a very conversational and very chill vibe, he thought it's okay to say comments which were not appropriate.
I'm sorry, I can't see your face. Who is this speaking?
This is Saloni here.
So, Saloni, have you tried coaching online using Zoom?
Yes, I have. But people who are in Bombay want to meet in person. And the thing is, if you meet them for a coffee, then you obviously land up footing the bill of the coffee. So you want
Yeah,
to
so
then.
that is, I'm bringing in one point straight away because it's not just a woman, even for a man, sometimes it can be embarrassing they take the time schedule for granted and they run over the time schedule when they are face to face.
Yes.
You need to keep insisting and influencing. Time has come that coaching has to be 100% online. One of my key clients is Mahindra and Mahindra.
Okay.
And the other day I was having a conversation that all coaching that I'm doing for them is going to be shifted online over their own, they have their own technology and we'll be using that technology. So bring in case studies, talk to them how effective it is, and trust me, it is very effective. I think sometimes it is more effective than face to face. It's only a question of time when you realize that you are as easy online as you are face to face. It might be just 2 or 3 sessions and then you are on with it.
Bombay has this mindset issue.
So if you want, yeah, it is a mindset issue. I also had it. So I'm inviting you. I'm also a coach. I'm inviting you to have online sessions with me so that you can get over the mindset. I had that at the beginning. Trust me, I remember, I think that was, I think 2010 or so, and I was called upon to coach a set of sales leaders. And it was to be done all virtually and from the client's place, not from my home, but from the client's place. And I was resisting. I found it so difficult. I still remember the first 1 hour was, it was painful. It happened.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff can be done online, but the struggle I face is in the live exercises, especially when I go around helping people, because I do a lot of writing exercise. Because part of my sessions that I do is it involves writing and me editing. Yes, all right, sure.
We will take it offline because even I do that. I guide people into meditation. I make people. I do personal discovery online. So I have gone beyond. I mean, today online there are. It is limitless for me. It is using the right tool, and we will come to that maybe offline or maybe while we are doing the session. I can briefly mention about some of the
whatever works for the group. Don't want to hamper the group. So
yeah. Any other challenge? Okay, so I'll deal with each challenge as it is now. Diversions with children and babies simply not possible because you are doing whatever you are doing for your children, and as mothers, your prime responsibility is the baby. So you need to find out support systems by which you can be at peace with yourself and your work when you're working from home. However, scheduling becomes very important over here. Now, the difference is when you are at office, you have working hours, okay? From 9 to 5, 9 to 6, then you have break, you have a lunch break. Here, your breaks will be decided by your children, by your babies. Like I know there are people working from home, their mothers working from home, have to go and pick up their children from school. Now they have a deal with their employer that between this time to this time, I'll be locked out. And employers do understand today. So along with the child at home unattended, it is simply not possible. So that part, I'm clear about it. Now, other diversion. See, the other diversion is what I have found over the years is if I allow diversions by sitting in an open space. I used to sit in the dining space. I had a paucity of space then, and with my laptop I used to work, and there would be tremendous diversions. Not only physical diversions, but diversions of noise coming from different places, different people moving up and down, and simply concentration will not happen. So a couple of things that I did is, doesn't matter what is the size of that space. I spend a little money to get a little enclosure. I'm not talking of today. Today I have a room by myself, but I'm talking of those days when I didn't have that amount of money. So I remember I went to Shivaji Nagar and got a partition and got it fixed. It was not soundproof, but at least it was sightproof. And I bought a headphone, an earplug. The earplug does two things. One is definitely it helps you to listen much clearly when you are online with your client or you're online with your colleague or your boss. But most importantly, the psychology is if you have an earplug or a headphone on, the others will believe that you are talking to somebody. They will not come forward to talk to you. Have you noticed that?
Yes,
So
yes.
keep, yeah. So
That's
keep
an
the,
interesting one to do.
yeah. But
I
net,
actually moved out of my family home so that I don't have to deal with those diversions. One of the reasons, rather.
so net, if you can afford, have a room by yourself. If you cannot, make an enclosure for yourself. And let that enclosure be sacrosanct with a right kind of work table, with the right kind of stationery, with, if required, a pin-up board in front of you, with the calendar in front of you and marker pens in front of you, and of course your laptop, so that that becomes your pad, it becomes your den. And over a period of time, people will get, see, it's all about what body language signals you send to the environment. If you send the signal that you are casual and you're comfortable and you are flexible, they understand flexibility in a very different way and they start taking advantage of it. You need to be very clear and very articulate about that this time to that time I am not available. For example, for me, and Raj knows that between 11 and 6 I am not available unless there is a scheduled call. I don't take any calls other than scheduled business calls between 11 and 6. So these are expectations. The mindset is more about, can I tell a person this? I'm working from home. Expectation is that I'll be flexible. Yes, I know that. Over a period of time, you will realize that flexibility can be misused. And therefore, you need to tell people that these are my working hours. And between this, from this time to this time, I might be free, or this time to this time, I might be with my family. I might be having lunch. I might be with my kid. So this is not available. So very clearly, you can actually send a circular or notice telling people, these are my working hours, and this is the time when I don't want to be disturbed with anything other than work. And the ones which are not my working hours, I don't want to be disturbed by work. Is that possible, sir and ladies?
Yeah, I think it's possible because when I used to work from an office, I mean, I'm in office. I can't do anything about it. I can't talk to you would be the answer.
Yeah, the only exception is clients. I mean, to me, I make exception for clients. They call me at 8 o'clock in the evening, sometimes 8 o'clock in the morning, because clients are clients, I mean, uh, they believe they want it now, though it's a different thing that even after 2 months, they don't revert very often. So, but we need to respect clients as clients. So keep that exception in mind. If the baby is crying at that point, there is no problem in telling your client that I am with my baby. Please give me 15 minutes or 10 minutes or half an hour. Let me manage and I'll revert to you. Clients do understand. I have faced that situation, not myself, but my wife also works from home. And we have, that way we have managed it. So it's a very understanding world, provided we send the right message. So when we say diversions, we need to ask ourselves, what am I telling the other because of which the other is trying to divert me? Okay. Mindset of being in office. This is very important. As I said, moved out of Flush Office in SAP and realized that it's a very different world. Now, this is something as an exercise I will want you to do. Write down all those things in the office that you like, and write down all those things in office that you don't like. Environmentally, the the ambience of the office, I'm meaning. Similarly, do it with home. and then create a trial balance, you will see that there are many things at home that you can create. For example, I'll tell you, I don't know about the offices that you work. Most offices, their ACs are not adjusted properly. Am I right?
Bang on. Like, I've had migraine issues because of ACs. So.
And yes, you fall sick, but there is no way you can go and tell the admin or the facilities that boss reduce the AC. At home, you can have an AC, you need not have an AC, you can be under a fan, you can adjust the light that you require, you don't need to be under fluorescent light. The room that I'm sitting in has windows. There is a green tree that I can see from here. There are curtains. I have created an ambience which I like, which is by my choice, which is not there in the office. Having said that, the smell of the coffee, if it is missing, get a coffee maker here. It's a big deal. Get a coffee maker and put it next to your work desk. I had a friend. I don't have it. I'm not a coffee drinker. Whenever